July 16, 1969. The time is 9:32 a.m. All eyes are on the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The countdown to Apollo 11 has begun. For the first time in history, man is in a rush to go to the moon. The countdown has gone from 10 to 0. NASA's Saturn V rocket took off carrying Apollo. Its passengers are Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin. Their journey was on NASA's Saturn V rocket. It was in that mission that man first set foot on the moon. Thus, Apollo 17 was the last of the Apollo missions to land a man on the moon. With the success of Apollo, the United States also had the honor of landing a man on the moon 6 times. But the truth is that since man stepped on the moon on December 11, 1972, mankind has not yet reached the moon. Have you ever thought that despite the development of the world and technology, why even after 50 years man could not set foot on the moon? Have you ever wondered when man will set foot on the moon after all this? Our journey today is in search of answers to all this. 50 years after the Apollo 17 mission in 1972, mankind has yet to touch the moon. Now coming to our question. Why no one set foot on the moon after 1972? Why is no country willing to take that risk? Since the last Apollo mission in 1972, man has not ventured to the moon. Neither the Soviet Union, which competed with the United States in space missions at the time, nor Russia, which came later, nor China, nor India at a later date, have turned that way. The main reason for this was the enormous cost involved in the task. Ensuring the necessary facilities including water, food, and oxygen to sustain human life in this mission is a very complex task. This is also the main reason for the cost. For this reason, countries are now conducting studies using robotic systems. Landers, rovers, and orbiters are all used for this purpose. Man has never ventured to go to the moon since then, but humans have been making continuous trips to space. As the space war with the Soviet Union eased, America's interest in spending huge amounts of money on lunar missions waned. The truth is that many times NASA has proposed lunar missions, but none of them received financial support from the government. During the years 1973 to 74, NASA operated a space station called Skylab. Thus, various scientific researches were conducted here. After this, NASA developed the Space Shuttle in 1981 for human space travel. Humans have been in space many times as part of the Mir space station built by Russia in 1986 and later as part of projects such as the International Space Station launched in 1988. The International Space Station was established through the mutual cooperation of various countries, including Russia and the US. All of them bear the enormous cost of this. NASA must have matured into such a collective action because of the realization that it cannot afford the huge costs alone. Now the second question. Will man ever set foot on the moon in the future? The answer is yes. Have you ever heard of Artemis? It is a project created by NASA with the aim of landing humans on the moon. Another remarkable thing is that many countries have participated in this. Apart from putting humans on the moon, it is also the first step towards realizing the dream of taking humans to Mars in the near future. The plan is to establish a permanent human presence on the moon with a gateway space station in lunar orbit and a base on the lunar surface. The gateway will serve as a stopover and refueling station during the months-long journey to Mars. NASA aims to overcome challenges posed by private rivals, such as China's Tiangong space station, which is nearing completion, and Elon Musk's SpaceX. Artemis 1 cost $4.1 billion. NASA plans to send astronauts into lunar orbit with Artemis 2 and land humans on the moon in 2025 with Artemis 3. Anyway, NASA's Artemis project is going to be another milestone for mankind. If you have learned something new after watching this video, then don't hesitate to like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are visiting this channel for the first time.